hands up.
Okay, let me know when you see the officers, okay? You don't have any weapons on you, right?
No, man, I'm with my boxers. I told you 5 fucking times. I'm not gonna kill myself. I don't want to die. I'm not gonna fucking shoot at cops. I told you. I told you to listen. What do you want me to do?
Just let me know when the officers are there. When you see the officers.
When they're here. You fucking listen to you idiot. That's why I'm talking to you.
I understand. I just want to make sure that you're not going to...
You tell me what officers are, lady. Or do you think I dropped you? Or do you think I'm somebody calling you?
I understand you're upset.
You're not helping me, okay?
I'm trying to help you. I want
No,
to make
you're
sure
not
that
keeping
you're
my
not...
description, which is not helping me. That's gonna get me hurt. You idiot.
We want to make sure that you don't get hurt and an officer doesn't get hurt, okay?
Put the gun down, lady. Put it down. I know you're thinking it's a Christmas fucking massacre, automatic fire. No, it's not. I gotta search more of these fucking people.
Now, I do have
I've seen morning time.
No problem.
I'm on fucking murder adrenaline. That's what I'm on. You're just going gross everywhere. They're fucking eyes closed and it's not like a fucking piece of paper to arrange.
Where exactly are you right now? Are you still by the front office? Or are you on the balcony?
I'm looking at the side. The one about it doesn't fucking off. Now you tell me when to go on the balcony. I'll go on the balcony.
Okay, so you're inside the apartment, right?
I'm inside my new apartment, yeah.
Okay, and your apartment number is 322?
Your Honor, we're going to publish the second file as the buyer's recording is a little bit clearer.
That's fine.
It starts at about 6 minutes into the original call.
Or that you don't get hurt, and then officer doesn't get hurt, okay? That's why I'm asking
Put
about
the
that.
gun down, lady. I'll put it down.
That's what
I know you're thinking it's Christmas fucking massacre, automatic fire. No, it's not. I gotta search more of these fucking people.
No, I understand. I just have to ask,
Fucking
okay?
morning time.
No problem.
I'm on fucking murder adrenaline. That's what I'm on.
Okay.
You're just going gross everywhere and they're fucking eyes closed and they're looking at me in the ground. It's not like a fucking piece of paper at the range.
Where exactly are you right now? Are you still by the front office? Or are you on the balcony?
I'm looking at this side. They don't want to go on the balcony. They're fucking off. Now you tell me when to go on the balcony and I'll go on the balcony.
Okay, so you're inside the apartment, right?
I'm inside my new apartment, yes.
Okay, and your apartment number is 322?
I'm talking like Peter Man.
I want to help you, but I need you to help me too, okay?
I told you. Are you kidding me, dude? Fucking somebody.
Is there any way that you can walk outside?
No, those big black eyes. Fuck no, no. No! I'm not walking outside, you fucking idiot. They need me to surrender. I'm not doing anything. I'm not a harm to anybody in my apartment.
Okay, but I want to help you, so I want you to walk outside and if you can have your hands up so the officers know that you're not a danger to them.
Are you telling me that they're here now and I should do
The
that?
officers are outside, yes.
Okay, I'm going on the balcony. I'm setting the phone down. Okay? I have my hands up. I'm going to move the line with my hand. Okay?
Okay, I'm listening.
I don't see any officers, lady. Don't fuck with me. Lady, don't fuck with
Okay,
me.
constable here, okay?
You told me there were officers, you fucking liar.
There are officers out there.
Well, I don't see them.
Let me let them know. Let me let them know that you are walking out there with your hands up on the balcony, okay?
I don't see the detective, you fucking retard. I'm here. Coming for me, they're doing this. What do you want me to do, man?
And you're still in your boxers only, right?
You stupid bitch, you've been lying to me, okay? I want you to give me the right fucking advice, you cunt. Don't tell me to go up there when there's my fucking name. You idiot. You tell me to motherfucking shoot to the side.
The officers are out there.
Okay? that right?
Do you see the officers already?
You fucking I'm fucking tired. I'm fucking tired.
I'm still here. Can you hear me? Hello?
What do you want to see, Chair? Well,
Hello? I'm still here.
I will,
Can you hear me?
stop publishing, 4 minutes and 9 seconds into the second file on that. File. And Your Honor, just for the record, you won't be taking the numbers. I'm going to mark the IDR from October 4th as exhibit number 6, and the IDR from December 25th as exhibit number 7.
That's fine.
And with that, we'll call our next witness.
Questions for the defense? Hold on. Defense, you got pass the witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Huff, my name's Jason Doss. I know that you commonly come in and testify about these things, like 911 calls, because you're employed over there and you're the custodian of the records, right?
Yes,
And one of the things when I came up and asked you a few questions earlier, one of the things that you talked about is that you do recognize the dispatchers because you work with the dispatchers.
yes,
And so I want to ask you some questions about that. You would agree that a lot of times when people are calling 911, it's like one of the most stressful things that are happening in their life,
yes,
right? Because usually it's an emergency, something terrible that's happened.
most of the time, yes.
And people deal with that kind of stress differently. Some people are very calm when they call about something that's very terrible, and some people are very animated.
Yes,
And you'd agree this one, I'm talking about the Mason call, he's very animated
yes,
and rude.
yeah,
Well, I mean, the names that he calls are names that he says. But I want to talk about the dispatcher. She's trained, though, that people are going to do that when they're in stressful situations, isn't she?
yes,
And she is trained that she doesn't take personal offense to the things that are said to them. She's just trying to get the information to do her job.
correct,
And that's how all the dispatchers and police officers and first responders, that's how they're trained, because they know they're going into situations where the stress of the situation can cause people to react in different ways,
yes,
including in ways that I think normal people would find offensive and awful.
yes,
Right. And that's not just particular to this. You've listened to tons of 911 calls about shootings, about people being shot, and fires and other emergencies that have happened in your career.
yes,
And you have heard people that are abusive, that are loud, that are screaming, that are crying, all of those different emotions when they're calling about stuff like this.
yes,
And you would agree that shooting somebody in your home would be a stressful situation.
yes,
With that, they did not bring the particular dispatcher here to testify, so I will please ask you to tell her to thank her for her professionalism in dealing with it, because she did everything perfect and right, and we're happy for that, and I know Mason is too, so thank you.
I
I'll
will
pass it
tell
on.
her. Thank you.
I have no further questions.
Okay, thank you, your excuse.
Okay.
Okay, next witness?
we got?
What was the name?
Gilbert Ledesma.
Okay, Justin, can you go ahead and
Mr. Ledesma, can you please introduce yourself to the jury and spell your name for the court reporter?
My name is Gilbert Ledesma.
Mr. Ledesma, where did you live on December 25th, Christmas Day, 2021?
Apartment complex. Can't remember the name. I think they changed the name.
Do you remember the address?
No, not right off.
It's 1965 Larkspur, is that correct?
Yes.
When it comes to Christmas of 2021, how long have you been living in that apartment complex?
Probably about a month.
Okay. And what apartment did you live in, if you remember? The number or building?
125. I moved twice in that whole area.
Sure. Do you remember who your neighbors were?
Not really.
Did you ever meet, while living there, an individual named Trevor Beeman?
Yes, I have.
And where did Trevor Beeman live in relation to you?
He was right upstairs, second floor,
Okay. Was he directly above you, or was he on the other side of the building?
the other side.
Okay, so instead of walking up the stairs, if we just keep going straight, we would have eventually gotten to your apartment, or got around the building, given the entrance
Yeah.
network. Okay. When you moved in, you've been living there for about a month. Did you have any idea that somebody was living in the apartment above you?
No. I knew someone did, but never seen him or anything like that.
Okay, so it was rented out to somebody, but you'd never heard footsteps, you'd never seen anybody go in and out?
No.
You'd never communicated with anybody?
No.
Did you know somebody at that time named Mason Lubitz?
Pardon?
Did you know somebody at that time named Mason Lubitz?
No.
Okay. Did you ever come to know somebody named Mason Lubitz?
No.
Did you learn that Mr. Mason Lubitz was the person who was renting the apartment above yours?
As of now, yes.
And when did you first encounter Mr. Mason Lubitz?
Ever counted?
Did you ever encounter him? Did you ever see him?
No.
Okay. And did you become aware that an incident happened on Christmas Day?
Yeah. Early in the morning.
Okay. And what first made you aware that an incident was happening?
There was a lot of police.
Okay. Prior to that, had you heard any screaming and shouting?
No.
Had you heard any gunfire?
No.
Okay. But then eventually police come by and say, like, hey, did you see or hear anything?
Yeah.
Okay. And did you, in fact, ultimately have some evidence related to this case that you provided to police officers?
Yes, I did.
And what evidence did you have?
A video. Security cameras, just like a ring or anything else like that.
Okay. And where was your
Well,
ring camera set up?
It was right there on my balcony.
Okay. And what part of the apartment complex was it recording?
Right off the balcony as the walkway comes in.
The walkway is from a different building or from the parking lot?
From the parking lot.
Okay. And on that video, did you in fact see something that was happening the previous night?
Pardon, say it again?
Was there in fact something that had happened the previous night around 10:30?
Yeah, after the whole incident and everything, I seen it. So where we were.
What was on that video that you showed to law enforcement on December 25th?
A gentleman walking through the path there with an assault rifle or machine gun or
Was
something
he carrying that gun?
like that.
Yeah, it's kind of held in his arms. Like
Yeah.
Okay. He wasn't slung over his shoulder or his back. Wasn't
No hiding it whatsoever.
And where was he coming from with that rifle in his hands?
He was coming through the aisle, probably to his apartment.
Okay. And again, you didn't know who that person was at the time. Is that correct?
No, not at all.
You said, hey, this happened last night around 10:30.
Yeah.
What were you doing around 10:30 that night?
Well, celebrating Christmas Eve,
Okay.
having a good time.
Who were you celebrating with?
Friends of mine.
Okay. Was Trevor Beeman with you that night?
Yes, I just finally met him for the first time.
Okay, so you've been living there for about a month, but you wouldn't say you were friends with him. You met him that day?
No, I wasn't friends with nobody.
Okay. Did Trevor bring anybody?
His girlfriend, his wife?
Do you recall her name?
No, I don't.
If it rings a bell, Madison or Maddie, would that ring a bell, or is it too long ago?
Maddie, something like that, yeah. After everything happened.
Okay. And you said you were celebrating, drinking, hanging out, watching whatever?
Yes.
Okay. Was there any tension or difficulty between you and Trevor that night?
No.
Okay.
So a peaceful, friendly party, festivity. He went home, you went to bed, Christmas Day, everything's normal until the cops show up.
Yep.
I'm going to show you what I've marked as States Exhibits 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So in terms of the surveillance video, a detective met with you and watched that. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And that was just the security system connected to your phone, so he sat there and watched it and took
Yes.
some photos.
Yes.
But they never actually came and got the original video from you, right?
No.
Okay. And you actually sent me by email a copy of the video. Is that correct?
Yes.
And that's going to be what's on States Exhibit number 8,
Okay.
and then States Exhibit number 9, 10, 11, and 12. Do you recognize what we're looking at in those exhibits? I guess what are those? What kind of what kind of thing is those that I'm showing you? Those States Exhibits.
A gentleman that's walking up with a machine gun. Or,
Okay. And those are photographs.
yeah.
Okay.
Those are the videos.
And you can see that that's basically somebody's taking a photo. If they paused the video on your phone and taken a picture of that video showing the guy that we're talking about, right?
Yep.
So these are essentially still captures from the video that's on the disc. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. At this time, stayed with Tinder, states 8 through 12. These are a fair and accurate depiction. The video is an exact copy, and the photos are a fair and accurate depiction of what
Yes.
your camera recorded.
Yes.
Tinder 8 through 12, and operating.
Report.
Right.
Mr. Ledesma, may I proceed?
Yes.
Mr. Ledesma, would you say that? Hi, I'm Jason Goss. I'm the attorney, Mason's attorney. So I'm
Okay.
going to ask you a few questions. The same thing as it's on 8. It's just still
Yes.
images of. You didn't actually witness or view any of this at the time that it was happening.
No.
You didn't witness anybody walking up at the time.
No.
So what's depicted on this video is not something that you saw or you were there for or you knew about until you saw it the next day.
Right.
All right. And as far as I guess as far as when this was happening, you said that you were with Trevor. Was that at your apartment?
Yes.
Okay, so Trevor was at your apartment at the time that this is happening.
Yes.
All right. Your Honor, may we approach?
Sure.
Just so I can show you the exhibits. Yes.
Push the conversation.
How long's the video?
10 seconds. Okay. So input 3. Write this down, Chris. Input 3 is the.
The jury will get those videos when they go to deliberate, so you can see it closer if you need to, or the TV back there. And the same thing goes with the pictures.
So we're going to put the remote, so just start with
It's right behind it.
the photos.
It's right there.
All right. So again, like you said, Mr. Ledesma, you can kind of see the bezel of your phone where you took the screenshots from. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And so this is your balcony?
Yes.
Okay. And these are Christmas lights for the season?
Yes.
Okay. And you said this is the parking lot?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's kind of hard to see here. Did you see what vehicle that individual came from?
It's the big U-Haul there, straight ahead. It's the biggest one there.
Kind of right here?
Yeah.
And then we're just have a sequence. So States Exhibit 10 is just, pause a second later. And then States Exhibit 11, kind of the same thing.
Yep.
And then States Exhibit 12, just kind of walking directly past. As so the quality's not super high, right? But
No.
we can see the timestamp is December 24th, 2021, 10:17:22 p.m.
Yep.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna play the video as well for the jury judge. And Mr. Ledesma, what I just showed in State's Exhibit A, that's just the in-motion version, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's pretty compressed, the quality's actually a little bit less than that, so like maybe the version you have saved is lower than the original quality, possibly?
Yeah.
You don't know of any beef that would have occurred in October 2021?
No.
That would have happened before you moved there, right?
Right.
Was there, to your knowledge, any conflicts between Trevor and other people in the apartment complex while you lived there in that month?
No. Pretty much to myself.
Would you like me to proceed, Judge?
It's fine.
Mr. Ledesma, Your Honor, I may have permission to republish that.
That's fine.
So just that, so now I've got a few more questions for you. I'd like to look at the video that the prosecutor just showed you. Okay. So, Mr. Ledesma, I think what you talked about, I just want to go through and make sure is that what you see here is a man that you didn't know carrying, you're saying machine gun, but I think a machine gun has a specific definition, which is that it's automatic fire. And you
Right.
don't know that that's an automatic fire machine gun, right? But, which is fine, because a lot of people call it that, but a rifle, obviously it's a man that you don't know walking with a rifle from the parking lot where his U-Haul is that right?
Yep.
So you would agree that, I guess this balcony that you have here,
Yes.
the other,
Yes.
okay. So anybody, you also agree with me that a rifle such as that is not illegal, it's not illegal to possess or to carry in the state of Texas, right?
Sure wasn't hiding it. Yep.
I didn't hear what you
He
said.
sure wasn't hiding it. I mean, he had it out. Yeah.
Sure, he had it out,
Exactly.
yeah, absolutely, he wasn't hiding it, but it's legal. It's legal to carry in the state of Texas,
Okay.
okay? And so, did you know that?
Yes.
Okay, so I guess anybody who possesses that rifle, who's in the parking lot, to go to their apartment with it, would walk down that path and go up to the apartment.
Yes.
And you don't have any other video from the night of him like going back and forth with it, or walking around, or doing anything like that.
No.
So really what this video shows us is if he had it in his U-Haul, and he wanted to bring it into his apartment, that's the way that he would do it.
Yes.
Right? And there's nothing inherently threatening about that, what we just watched. Right?
I would find it real peculiar. I mean, somebody walking down like that in the middle of the night. I mean,
Sure, no, I get it. You're saying middle of the night, but it's 10 o'clock
Yeah.
at night, right? And anybody who is coming to move their apartment or anything else who has that rifle is going to have to carry that rifle outside and up to their apartment,
right.
right? And he didn't point it at anybody or do anything like that. And there's nothing wrong with your feeling. But just looking at this video, all we can really say is he took his rifle from the vehicle that is a moving vehicle into his apartment,
Right.
right? Okay. Now, you would also agree, I guess what you said, what you told us a little bit earlier was that Trevor was in your apartment at the time,
Yes.
right? And Trevor's girlfriend Maddie was in your apartment.
Yes.
Was there anybody else Was there anybody else?
Yeah, my wife, my
Okay,
cousin.
your wife, so you lived there with your wife,
Yeah,
Trevor, Maddie, anybody else?
my cousin.
Your cousin?
Yeah.
And how did that happen? How did it get to where on Christmas Eve, Trevor, came over to visit with you and your wife? You said you had just met him that day.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did that happen?
Actually, somebody came over, a friend of mine, and the door was open, and he was coming down the stairways. And he's like, "Hi, how you doing?" And I said, "Hey, how you doing, neighbor?" And got introduced each other, and I said, "Well, come on in and have a drink." That was it.
Okay, and so when you talk about drink, and this is, first of all, just so that you know, nothing I'm saying is to cast any aspersion on you or your wife. So the next question I'm asking is not to be personally offensive to you or your wife. I need to ask these questions based on some other evidence in the case, okay? When you said that Trevor was drinking, was Maddie drinking? If you remember.
Not that I know of.
How much did you see Trevor drink?
We had a beer and a shot, and that was it.
A beer, a shot, and that was it.
Yeah.
So,
Because he didn't stay very long, so yeah.
okay. So it wasn't like you guys spent the whole evening together. He
No.
came in, it was like kind of a, hey neighbor, I'm just
Yes.
meeting you.
Yes.
Beer and a shot.
Yeah.
Got it. While he was there, did you see any evidence of him doing cocaine?
No.
Okay. If he would have brought out cocaine in your wife and yours house, would you have allowed that?
No.
That's just meeting you for the first time. I would assume that would be true. And so you didn't see him doing that or have any evidence of him doing that night.
No.
All right. So any cocaine in his system wasn't something that you were able to witness him doing at the time that you saw him.
No.
All right. Now, this time, or could it have been sometime before this video or sometime after this video?
It was before.
So Trevor was there before the video. He had left by 10 o'clock, and then it was just you and your wife and maybe your cousin there at the time.
No. Trevor was there at the time when he came through.
So you know for a fact that Trevor was there at the time that he came through.
Yes, because my wife was on the balcony smoking a cigarette. And she just came in, because I have the video of it. Just came in, and not even a half a minute, he comes through.
Okay.
And she's like, "Oh my God."
So did she see Mason coming through?
No, she just happened to go in as he was coming in.
Okay. And I guess you're saying that she was like, "Oh my God," but really, Mason.
She didn't know at the time, right, until we looked at the video.
Sure, but he wasn't threatening anybody coming through. He was just walking through.
Yes.
Yeah, right. And he didn't, to your knowledge, he didn't go up there and bang on Trevor's door or do anything.
Would
like
not
that.
know.
Sure, to your knowledge, he didn't do that. And for all you know, he went up to his apartment, went inside of his apartment, and you didn't see or hear anything else from him. Is that true? Is that a fair statement?
Yeah.
So, do you remember talking to the police afterwards? I guess after something like this happens, the police come out and they interview everybody. Do you remember talking to them?
Yeah.
And of course, you gave them what you had as far as what you could provide for them. You
Right.
cooperated.
Yeah.
And do you remember telling them that Trevor was asking about Mason the night of the shooting?
Objection, hearsay.
I'm not asking for the truth of the matter, certainly.
Just object to anything that Trevor said or listen to anything that Trevor may have said.
But I'm not offering it for the truth of the matter asserted. Do you remember telling the police that Trevor was asking about Mason in your presence the night before, I guess, December 24th, when he was over?
Asking about him.
Asking about it. Like, yeah, Trevor was talking about it, asking about that.
He might have mentioned something. "Oh, have you met your neighbor upstairs?" I'm like, "No."
Okay. All right. Did he tell you anything like, "Yeah, your neighbor upstairs, I slapped him," or talk about that?
Objection, hearsay.
I'm just asking if he said it. I'm not asking if it's true. Thank you. Did he tell you anything like that, or do you have any recollection? Okay. Your Honor, we'll pass this.
Yes, yes, thank you. Just a few follow-ups. So this is obviously the video you clipped and presented to law enforcement. When you went through your camera, did you see any other footage of that individual walking back and forth, bringing in boxes or bags or anything?
No.
Okay. So as far as you're aware, he walked in with just the rifle and stayed in there all night with just the rifle?
Yeah. Back area to the front.
Oh, within the same apartment complex?
Yes, yes.
All right, okay. So it wasn't so bad that you had to get out of that apartment complex because there was always controversy?
Not with, I mean, with the place itself, yes. Yeah,
With this particular situation that happened on Christmas, obviously you want to get away from that?
as well.
Okay, I understand. When you moved, did you bring a rifle to help you move? Or were you able to move without a rifle?
Pardon?
Were you able to move without a rifle?
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't need a rifle?
No.
Okay.
No.
You said under cross-examination, your wife said, "Oh my God!" Like you guys saw the video before you talked to the cops, and that was like, "Oh my God!" Had I been out there 30 seconds later, I would have seen him, right?
Right.
Okay. And is that a fearful, "Oh my God," what would have happened, or what did that mean to you when she said, "Oh my God"?
Speculation, also objection.
So you were asked a little bit about, did he tell you anything about slapping his neighbor? Did he tell you anything about Mason, that upstairs neighbor, as being a problem in the community?
No.
Okay.
I mean, it was brief. Everybody's having fun. Just, yeah.
So he wasn't addressing old grievances or
No.
wrongs or anything like that?
No.
He was just enjoying the holiday?
Yes.
That's what
Do you own a rifle?
No.
Okay.
Not at all. No
Right.
weapons at all.
You don't own any weapons at all?
No.
Right, but if you did, and you were moving from one place to another, you would have to transport those weapons to the place you're going to and the place you're leaving. You would agree with that?
Yeah.
I mean.
If you're moving, yeah, and if you have weapons, yeah.
Yeah, the property, it's like you have to do it with the couch, you have to do it with everything else. Now, did you see the inside of Mason's apartment, or did you know what the inside looked like?
No.
Did you know that he was there, or were you aware that he was there to take things from the apartment out of the apartment?
From after everything, the whole situation, yes.
Right. And maybe you don't need a rifle or a gun to move normally, but if the person directly across from you had slapped you and punched you in the face and threatened you with a gun.
objection, speculation, effects on that.
Well, you don't
It's the same.
So, but with all that, ultimately you moved away from the apartment. This being one of the issues, another issue was that there were thefts and other things that they didn't do anything about.
Objection,
Right.
Well, you passed it, right?
So ruled.
There was thefts and stuff that the apartment complex wasn't doing anything about, right?
From my knowledge, yes.
Yeah, I believe you left the